The Chiefs managed to beat the Chargers in a thrilling game in LA. Chris Jones had an impressive performance, Travis Kelce bounced back, and Kareem Hunt showed no signs of rust. However, the Chiefs lost one of their key offensive players, which could impact their season. In this video, I'll break down this victory and discuss the major setback caused by an unfortunate injury. Let's start by addressing the fact that the Chargers were dealing with multiple injuries, which some people might use to downplay the Chiefs' win. But instead of discrediting the Chiefs, it's worth questioning why the Chargers seem to be hit so hard by injuries every year, especially this early in the season. The excuse is always, just wait until we get healthy. But we've been waiting for a healthy Chargers team for what feels like forever, and it never seems to happen. Jokes aside, Justin Herbert was playing on an injured ankle and without his starting left and right tackles, making it tough on offense. Defensively, the Chargers were missing key players like Joey Bosa, who was out with a hip injury, and Derwin James, who was suspended. So, LA wasn't at full strength, but neither were the Chiefs, especially on offense. I'll get into that in a moment because, unfortunately, the Chiefs suffered yet another major injury. The game started with the Chiefs on offense. All they needed to do was play a clean game with no turnovers, and they'd probably win comfortably. But instead, after a couple of short passes, Mahomes connected with Travis Kelce for a 38-yard gain on 3rd and 8. It was a fantastic play, but the joy didn't last long. On the very next play, rookie Carson Steele fumbled the ball, and the Chargers recovered. This ended up being a turning point as Kareem Hunt stepped up and had a great game afterward. The Chargers capitalized on the turnover and put together a solid 10-play, 74-yard drive. It included a few catches by Ladd McConkey, a 12-yard run up the middle by J.K. Dobbins, and a 22-yard gain by tight end Will Dissly. The drive ended with McConkey making an unbelievable catch for a touchdown, putting the Chargers up by 7. Let's talk defense. On that first drive, Chiefs linebacker Drew Tranquill missed a tackle on a McConkey catch up the sideline. He's known as a coverage linebacker, but he's had a rough start this season, allowing 12 receptions on 13 targets for 118 yards and a touchdown. By comparison, Nick Bolton has similar numbers, but is not considered a coverage specialist, so it's a bigger issue for Tranquill. The Chiefs' defense has been consistently struggling at the beginning of games. They've allowed a score on the opponent's first drive in every game this season. But they tend to adjust well, and we saw that in this game too. Despite trailing early, the Chiefs had both Kelce and Rashee to rely on, until disaster struck. On the next drive, Mahomes overthrew Kelce, resulting in an interception. While trying to make a tackle, Mahomes accidentally collided with Rice's leg, causing a serious injury. Rice had to be carted off, which is a huge blow for the Chiefs' offense. Mahomes took responsibility for the injury, saying if he hadn't thrown that interception, Rice wouldn't have gotten hurt. This injury will likely push the Chiefs to make a move for a wide receiver before the trade deadline. It's also a concern because Mahomes now has 5 interceptions this season, tied for second most in the league. He seems a bit off his game, sometimes scrambling out of clean pockets or making risky throws. But back to the game. After the interception, the Chargers kicked a field goal, making it 10-0. What followed was a series of punts and some solid defensive plays from both sides. It was a tough back-and-forth battle from there, and the Chiefs managed to hang in despite the setbacks. The next part of the game turned into a back-and-forth battle, as both teams struggled to get things going offensively. Mahomes was sacked on 3rd down, resulting in a quick 3-and-out. Then, the Chiefs' defense stepped up, stopping the Chargers on a 3rd and 18. Mahomes and the offense stalled again, following a false start by Jawan Taylor, making it 1st and 15. Kareem Hunt managed a solid 9-yard run, but on 3rd and short, Sky Moore, filling in for the injured Rashee, let a perfectly catchable pass slip through his hands. It's frustrating to see, especially since the coaching staff seems to have a lot of faith in Moore. But after multiple missed opportunities, maybe it's time for him to take a seat on the bench. It's time to consider trading for someone more reliable, like Amari Cooper or another established receiver. Before I dive into more game details, let me quickly remind you of some ways to support the channel. Check out our exclusive Bench Warmer Brew Coffee, a smooth medium roast with beans from Mexico and Ethiopia. You can also visit the merch store, where we've just launched new gear, including a shirt honoring Xavier, the X Factor. Your support helps keep the channel going. Back to the game. Punter Matt Araiza pinned the Chargers deep near their own end zone, and the Chiefs' defense continued to apply pressure. They stuffed J.K. Dobbins on a crucial 3rd and 1 like it was Thanksgiving dinner. Kelce caught another pass for a small gain, and Hunt moved the chains on 3rd and 1. But Mahomes was sacked again, the third sack of the day, and Areza came in for another excellent punt, pinning the Chargers at their own 1-yard line. The defense stayed aggressive. McDuffie blitzed on 3rd down and nearly got a safety, forcing the Chargers to punt for the 3rd time in a row. Then, the Chiefs' offense finally broke through. On a play that took only 8 seconds off the clock, Mahomes threw a beautiful 54-yard bomb to Xavier, who flew past the Chargers' defense for a touchdown. It was an electric moment and marked Mahomes' first 50-plus-yard touchdown since December 2022, a 30-game drought. Worthy's speed was on full display, and this play showed promise for more explosive connections between him and Mahomes, especially with Rashee Rice sidelined due to injury. On the following drive, the Chiefs' defense continued to make big plays. Jalen Watson almost intercepted a pass, Nick Bolton blew up a run, and Chris Jones hugged Justin Herbert for a 3rd-down sack. The Chargers then missed a field goal, and the Chiefs took advantage on the next drive. After some great runs by Kareem Hunt and a clutch diving catch by Xavier, the Chiefs found themselves in scoring position. Mahomes scrambled and connected with Justin Watson for 17 yards on a key 3rd down, which held up even after a Chargers challenge. The drive ended with a Harrison Butker field goal, tying the game at 10. The Chargers tried to respond, but Chris Jones again blew up a play on 4th and 1, forcing Herbert to throw the ball away and turning it over on downs at the start of the 4th quarter. The Chiefs' offense, led by Mahomes and Hunt, then went to work. A crucial 29-yard catch and run by Noah Gray, along with solid runs by Hunt, moved the ball upfield. Perrine finished the drive with a powerful run, scoring a touchdown that gave the Chiefs a 17-10 lead with 6 minutes left. Even though the Chargers managed to get close to midfield, the Chiefs' defense continued to step up. Chris Jones came through once again with his 2nd sack of the day. His impact went far beyond the stat sheet, making him arguably the most important player on defense. With 3 minutes left, the Chargers were forced to punt. Kansas City just needed 1 first down to ice the game. After a couple of runs by Hunt, Xavier came up clutch again with a 15-yard catch, sealing the victory for the Chiefs. It was a redemptive moment for Worthy after a miscommunication in the previous game. This time, he made the play that mattered most, helping the Chiefs secure the win. The Chiefs secured yet another victory, improving to 4-0 for the season. They have now beaten the LA Chargers 11 times in a row on the road and are the only remaining undefeated team in the AFC after the Buffalo Bills were defeated by the Ravens. However, the Chiefs may have suffered a significant loss in this game, as Rashee Rice sustained a potentially season-ending injury. There are ongoing tests to determine the full extent of his knee injury. Kareem Hunt. He rushed 14 times for 69 yards, averaging 4.9 yards per carry, a strong performance for someone recently added to the active roster. Travis Kelce caught 7 passes for 89 yards. With Rice out, Kelce will be more crucial to the offense moving forward. Xavier, he made 3 key catches, including a 54-yard touchdown, a diving catch on 3rd down, and a game-icing catch. Matt Areza averaged 50 yards per punt with all 4 punts downed inside the 20-yard line, including 2 inside the 10. Defensive performances. The defense limited J.K. Dobbins to just 32 yards on 14 carries and held the Chargers scoreless after the first 2 drives. Chris Jones and Jalen Watson also had notable games, contributing to the defense's success. Rice injury update. Rashee Rice is feared to have suffered a torn ACL, which could end his season. As of now, the Chiefs are waiting on further test results. Rice is seeking additional opinions and potential surgery options, but it's expected that he'll be out for an extended period. Possible trade options. The Chiefs may consider trading for a wide receiver to fill the void left by Rice's injury. Potential trade targets include Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, or players familiar with the Chiefs' system like Byron Pringle or Demarcus Robinson. The team could also explore internal options or sign a free agent.